A Howard County man's life is forever changed after falling down a flight of stairs and lying unconscious for days. TJ Scanlon's heart actually stopped, but the doctors and nurses at Shock Trauma brought him back to life. This morning, Mary Bubala has his inspirational story of strength and survival.
Last March, TJ Scanlon's life is turned upside down, literally. Coming home after a Saturday night out with friends, he reaches for a spare key to his Columbia apartment, loses his balance, and plummets 20 feet down a concrete stairwell. For 2 days, TJ lies there, barely alive. A worried co-worker and TJ's roommate eventually find their friend clinging to life.
How did they describe you?
It was a rough scene. I was down, I was moaning, my eyes were kind of like rolling in the back of my head. I was in a pool of dry blood. I was blue, my legs were grayish, my legs were black, my hands were black.
You were alive, though.
I was alive, luckily, still alive at that point.
When Howard County EMTs see how badly TJ is hurt, they radio for more help. A helicopter flies him to the University of Maryland Shock Trauma.
He was effectively dead for 90 minutes. This is a case like I have never seen before. This man was brought back from the dead.
The doctors there do describe your case as a bit of a miracle.
It is. I had a spinal cord injury, my leg was basically septic, and on top of it I had coded, and yeah, I was dead.
Doctors are forced to amputate TJ's left leg and fingertips because he spent days in the freezing cold. And his spinal cord injury leaves him paralyzed from his chest down. Instead of giving up, TJ fights harder than ever to live. And after more than 2 months and 29 operations, the even harder work begins. Shock Trauma calls TJ's recovery a miracle, a result of his unbreakable spirit, love, and support, and the best medicine out there. And even though he has a long road ahead, TJ says he's staying positive and is grateful to be alive.
I'm going to push myself as far as I can, and I'm going to continue to live my life. I believe in faith very much, and I think for whatever reason, you know, I was meant to be hurt that night, but I was meant to survive. I'm meant to carry on.
Mary, TJ has such a strong spirit and such a positive outlook that must have really helped him.
Oh my goodness, he is such an incredible guy. It was really an honor to meet him and interview him. There was a moment when he was going through his recovery at the hospital in Boston where doctors actually found his mom and said, "We think there might be an issue. He's too positive. He's too optimistic." They actually were worried.
Wow.
She said, "Don't worry, he's been this way his whole life."
Him.
And that attitude, that spirit has to help him recover. It just has to. A positive outlook has really advanced his recovery amazingly. He's great.
So he's in Boston, which is his hometown, but he is coming back to Maryland?
Yes, he is. He is moving back here this summer. He already has his apartment rented, a different apartment in Columbia.
Yeah.
He will go back to Northrop Grumman. He's an electrical engineer, such a smart guy. He actually has been working remotely for them. They are so excited to welcome him back. They have done nothing but support him and his family through all of this. He says the moment those doors open and he rolls himself back into Northrop Grumman will be such a defining moment, because that's what he's been working so hard to do, is just get back to a normal life. And part of that is working. He loves work.
Wow, absolutely. So how about physical therapy and kind of what's next for him?
Right. So while he's in Maryland, will continue to do some physical therapy. He will touch base with lots of the people that helped him at Shock Trauma and the University of Maryland. He actually even keeps in touch with the EMS and the EMT people who rescued him that day. Wow. So he's just incredible. So he'll still do that. And, you know, being the optimist that he is, he said to me, "Mary, you never know what advances are going to come down." He does believe that someday maybe he will be able to stand, maybe he will be able to walk. He's going to work on it. He's going to be positive, and I don't doubt it. Like, I really don't doubt it.
If someone's going to do it, it's him.
It could be him.
He's amazing. Wow, we are so inspired. And he's smiling throughout his interview with you.
The whole thing, I know. And we covered some really difficult issues, and he just... That's who TJ is. So I love getting to meet him and his mom. I love his mom.
He's incredible. I'm sure we'll have an update after he comes back.
We'll definitely do that.
All right, Mary, thanks so much for sharing his story. We'll be right back after this. It's WJZ.